Hey everybody, good afternoon or good evening wherever you're from. Welcome to today's Just Chatting stream. Najumu here, and today we'll be talking about another set of topics that are coming up in my mind the past few days. Plus, there is an extra announcement that you might be looking forward to by the end of the stream. So I hope you all are doing well today. I'm doing pretty fine. I just had lunch a few minutes, like around a half hour ago. It was pretty good. Had a nice chicken sandwich and some salad. It's pretty good. It does the job, thankfully. But yeah. So let's start with the very first topic that I have in mind, which is Scott Pilgrim takes off. Wait, is it? Wait, hold on. Yeah, Scott Pilgrim takes off. That is the first topic we have for today. So, background story before we begin. I read the graphic novel a long time ago, right? A few of my old friends recommended it to me, and I thought it was honestly pretty interesting. I read it till the end, and I really enjoyed it. I like the art style, and while not every character is supposed to be like a good character, be it morally or being just plain evil, I thought it was pretty nice. I really enjoyed it. And eventually I managed to watch the movie. The movie was a much more condensed version of the graphic novel, but I thought it was great. The casting was perfect. Michael Cera was perfect as Scott. And a lot of the casting choices were, I thought they were perfect. I even tried the beat 'em up that was published by Ubisoft that was re-released, I believe, a couple of years ago. It was pretty nice. It was a bit grindy, but I thought it was pretty nice. Now there is an anime adaptation that involves Brian Lee O'Malley. I hope I got his name right. The original author and artist of the graphic novel, and Science Saru, the studio behind a lot of pretty cool shows, such as Eizouken and Devilman Crybaby. So there was quite a lot of hype when it came to this show. But I was honestly surprised when I heard of the news that almost everyone from the movie is back for the anime. And I thought, whoa, is Netflix footing the bill for this? I'm honestly impressed. The only characters who didn't reprise their roles were the twins. The twins were not reprised by the same actors in the live action movie, but almost everyone else is back. Like even now popular stars like Brie Larson and Chris Evans, they're back in their roles. So I thought it was honestly pretty cool. And I was pretty hyped to see like a new adaptation of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. But considering how the title of the show is different, it turns out that the show was actually a little bit different than what I expected. So before I get into spoilers, I want to talk a little bit about the voice acting. So, as said earlier, almost all of the movie's cast is back for the anime. But this is once again a lesson that shows that not every live action actor can be a great voice actor, unfortunately. But most of the cast I think is fine. One that actually felt a little bit off was Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Ramona. Yeah, I thought her delivery felt like, she was completely bored in the studio. I was honestly surprised because she, in the live action movie, she actually did pretty well. She performed her role pretty well, but in the anime, there are a lot of scenes where she felt a little bit off. I think I could also say that Jason Schwartzman, who voices Gideon and who played Gideon in the movie, was a little bit off in the second episode of the anime. But eventually, later in the episodes, I thought he was fine. Other than that, I thought the rest of the voice cast is fine. The Japanese voice cast was a bit of a surprise. There are some famous names we get to see there. I don't think they are the same from the Japanese dub of the live action movie. But what I do know is that Hiro Shimono, who is the official dub voice for Michael Cera is voicing Scott in the anime. Everyone else seems to be a brand new cast for the anime. And one role I have to pick out of everyone is probably Ifairu's portrayal of Ramona in the Japanese dub. I thought it was fantastic. So for those of you who don't know, Ifairu's is, well, everyone knows her as Jolene. It's Jolene from JoJo Part 6. Everyone obviously watched that, unless you're not into JoJo. And Hibiki Sakura from How Many Dumbbells Can You Lift? So yeah, she did a pretty good job. And I think all of the Japanese cast is pretty well picked. There are some veterans in there like Yuichi Nakamura for Lucas Lee and Tomokazu Seki as Gideon. Yeah, I thought they were all pretty good. But of course, if you love the movie and if you love the original live action movie, then you're probably just gonna watch it in English first. But if you're curious and if you want to, you can just watch the English dub as well. I mean the Japanese dub as well, sorry. But anyway, now I want to talk a little bit more about the show, but it will have some spoilers. So I'm gonna type in here, hold on, spoilers ahead. So if you still haven't watched the show yet, I'm going to talk a little bit about spoilers regarding Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can mute the stream or you can just skip to the next topic, which I'm going to go into. All right, so Scott Pilgrim Takes Off is not an adaptation of the graphic novel, as I mentioned earlier. It's an alternate universe take. So basically, it just spins the whole concept above its head right at the end of the first episode, where Scott apparently, in brackets, dies, and then Ramona has to find out why Scott was gone. So I felt like this show as a whole manages to flesh out most of the cast very well, especially most of the evil exes. So I felt like they did need quite a bit of character development compared to the original graphic novel, and it seems like Brian thought the same way, the original creator of Scott Pilgrim. So it did give us a lot of scenes where Ramona herself confronts the evil exes and tries to understand them a little bit more. And we get to understand them a little bit more in the process. There are a few scenes that I thought that were pretty awesome, especially in terms of fight choreography, in terms of animation, in terms of, everything. One specific moment was in, I believe, episode, let me remember which episode, episode 3, where Ramona gets to fight Roxy, who's, I believe, the third evil EX. So once she manages to fight them inside of the DVD store, they manage to teleport themselves into a variety of scenes while the fight continues. And that was goddamn amazing. The sequencing, all the colors, and all the fight choreography was pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. I really did enjoy seeing that sequence. And in the end, Roxy did have a good ending. She managed to mend everything with Ramona, and they're now good friends compared to before. There is a few other sequences that I like to talk about, like in episode 2, the fight between Matthew Patel and Gideon. I thought that was pretty awesome. I thought that they gave Matthew Patel justice in this show. Like, everyone used to think like he's the first guy who gets defeated in the original series and in the movie, but now he actually gets this boost of courage where he thinks like he can take over Gideon's empire, and he actually does. He actually does. Yeah, he even becomes a CEO, and he eventually has his own stage show where he actually gets to sing. And honestly, since I talked about the voice acting earlier, I think that Satya Bhaba, I hope I got his name right, actually did an amazing job. Yeah, he's probably one of the best voiced characters in the entire anime, in the English dub at least. So yeah, there is another sequence, which is the Lucas Lee episode, where we managed to get to see him skate around town. I think the episode is just called Whatever. It's just focusing on him. Basically, he is almost down in the dumps. He's almost losing his job as a professional skater and a professional actor, and everything is not looking too hot for him, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He just wants to skate. He just wants to show how cool he is. He doesn't care. It's whatever to him. But yeah, I thought that skating sequence was pretty awesome. And of course, the final battle. The final battle was crazy. So basically, due to time shenanigans, an older Scott from 15 years ago manages to take away Scott and tries to stop him from dating Ramona. And in the end, they manage to fight against everyone else, because he doesn't want the outcome that happened to him happen to the younger version of him. So it's a little bit complicated, but you'll understand it once you watch the show eventually. But yeah, honestly, it's pretty fantastic. I thought it was great. It is an excellent companion to the original series. Yeah, I think that should be it. All right, so let's move on to the next topic, shall we? Let's see. What shall we have here? Okay, spoilers are over now, so you can unmute if you want. Let's talk about All Stars Ian Armis. So, we got a bunch of new All Stars EN boys. 4 of them. And they're pretty unhinged, to say the least. They are very unhinged. And I want to talk about each one of them, starting off with my first impression and my current impression now, from 1 week since their debut. So let's start out with Gerard. Gerard, I thought he was going to be like this cool, edgy guy from the beginning. Like, he's going to be the leader of the group. He's going to be like raw and very, very like antagonizing. But no, once I saw his Twitter, I just thought that, oh, brother, you need to calm down, brother. And then when we saw his debut, oh my god, this man is not only a great voice actor, but he is a great screamer. This man can scream at the top of his lungs like crazy. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he kills, he couldn't kill his throat that way, but he sure loves screaming. And he still screams. Even if there isn't a horror game, this man still screams. If his manager tells him to stop doing something, he just screams. I bet if he walks and he manages to like lightly hit a wall or something, he'll just scream and then scare everyone in the vicinity. But yeah, I think oh yeah, he's also a little too honest for his own good. Yeah. My boy, you need to not be that honest. It's nice for you to be honest, but don't be that honest, my friend. Don't be that honest. You might get yourself into trouble. Yeah. But I say that he's my favorite. Maybe I could say that he's my favorite. We'll have to wait and see. It's still week 1 though. But then let's move on to Gold Bullet. Gold Bullet, at first glance, or from what I saw of him on Twitter, he seems like a very nice, very wholesome guy. He likes cooking. He's a very good cook. Like when you see the pictures of his meals that he had, they were pretty impressive. And once we saw his debut, he seemed like a very jolly guy, a very emotional guy, because he did mention several times that he almost wanted to cry from all of the support that everyone gave him. And that's kind of lovely. That's kind of lovely. I really like that. But then we get to see more of his streams, and then, whoa, wait a minute. Why is Gibby, that's the short, his nickname for Gold Bullet, why is Gibby swearing like a sailor? Well, wait, that's not what I expected out of Gibby. I'm honestly surprised. And he mentioned that he has a super competitive side as well. I'm honestly surprised, like, wow, okay, I cannot wait to see this guy play against play a competitive game with his gen mates and with the other members of All Stars EN, or with other Holo Pro talents, or outside of Holo Pro talents, because I think this guy can smack talk pretty well. I have a good feeling that he's going to smack talk pretty hard whenever he gets the dub. But yeah, I also like Gibby. He seems to have very wholesome energy, but also very fierce energy as well. Okay, next up we have Octavio. Octavio, at first I thought he was going to be a bit more of an unhinged, possessive character, kind of like Flayon. But it turns out that he's kind of like that, but he also loves to sing. This boy loves to sing, and I respect the hell out of that. I honestly respect the hell out of that. Boy loves to sing a lot. I love listening to him singing, even when in the middle of when he's playing a game, or when he's doing, for example, a Zatsudan, or whenever he can find an opportunity to sing, and he will sing, which is why it makes me excited to hear him when he has his karaoke. Definitely looking forward to that karaoke. He's definitely a talented kid. That's all I gotta say. Next up, we have Ruse. Ruse, my first impression on Ruse is, man, this guy's a himbo. This guy's a himbo. 100% he is a himbo. He is 100% a himbo. And he even mentioned a certain quote that one of my friends pointed out was from Riverdale. That was said by Jughead, which is basically an alternate world retelling of the old Archie comics. I thought, well, why is he referring to that show? Why is he trying to be so edgy? Chill, brother. You don't need to be that edgy. But then he starts streaming, and he did his debut stream, and then he did a good number of Zatsudan plus gaming streams, and then we find out that he loves his monologues. My boy loves his monologues. Like, even in his last World of Warcraft stream that he had a few days ago, 3/4 of the stream, which he had 1 hour in, was just a monologue. He barely played the game. He was monologuing about stuff. And here's the thing. It's interesting to listen to. Yeah. it's interesting to listen to. So yeah, I think Ruse, people have been saying that Ruse is probably the most say-so of the Armis boys. I don't know, maybe, but it's still early to say. Maybe we can see some more of his unhingedness in the future. But yeah, anyway, that's what I think of the Armis boys. Welcome to Hololive Productions, and I am definitely looking forward to seeing more of their streams in the future. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, which is Twitch streaming? There is a little question mark here. Twitch streaming. What do I mean by that? So, I've been thinking of trying to also stream on Twitch. So, now that there's the ability of streaming on different platforms at the same time, so I'm kind of considering streaming both on YouTube. I'm not going to leave YouTube. No. 100% I am not leaving YouTube. But maybe on Twitch, it might be easier to have stuff like videos or certain like types of music that we could show on stream, because it's going to be related to the announcement that I'm going to have later. We're going to talk about this a little bit more, but you know, I've been trying to think, should it be a good idea to also stream on Twitch? I feel like the reach might be a little bit better on Twitch. I could be wrong. If someone could correct me, even if you are watching the VOD or if you watch the archive, just let me know. I know that Twitch has, sadly, a lot of ads. Too many ads. Especially like you have to wait for like 5 minutes in order to continue watching a stream while an ad is playing or a series of ads are playing. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's something I might think of implementing maybe in a month or later down in the line. I don't know. We'll probably have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I'll have to think about it a little bit more. Maybe ask a few opinions about this. Yeah. We'll see about that. Anyway, next up, let's see. What do we have next? Potential series. Road to Street Fighter 6 Master. Okay, so this is not the announcement, by the way. So I've been thinking. So I've been playing Street Fighter 6 a lot. Obviously, there was a stream that I had a few days ago, an almost 9 hours and 15 minute stream where I played Street Fighter 6 with a character who I barely play as. Now I've been thinking, maybe I could try to have a mini series of streams where I take one of the characters that I play often, either JP or DJ, and try to see if I'm able to reach master rank with either of them. Now, I think it's honestly a bit of a challenge for me because I am a subpar fighting game player. I'm not going to deny this. I am a subpar fighting game player. And I do need to learn to not be overconfident when it comes to playing my matches. Sometimes I feel like, oh yeah, I am pretty confident that I am going to finish the opponent off so easily. It's going to be a cinch. There isn't going to be any problem. But then I jinx myself and I lose the match. Now that is one habit I am trying to not do a lot more often. And yeah, probably learn a lot better confirms during my matches. But yeah, it's something that I am probably thinking of doing the beginning of next week. It's like, because I think I may need something consistent that happens in the channel so that people would keep watching. There was like I said, the Street Fighter 6 stream, the endurance stream, actually went pretty well. I'm honestly very happy that a lot of people came and watched. Even though I'm not the best at the game, but I really appreciate that you all came and watched the stream. I thought it was very enjoyable and very fun, and I want to actually challenge myself a little bit more. So I want to take one of my characters that I play in the game and see if I could hit Master. I don't think I will be able to reach Legend rank anytime soon. I'm just being realistic here. Guys. But I feel like if I don't challenge myself, I don't get to be better as a player. Yeah. It's not something that someone who is barely into the competitive scene, it's not something that someone who is barely in the competitive scene should care about, but I like challenging myself. I like to see how far I can go, especially when it comes to something that I really enjoy a lot. Yeah. So maybe starting from next week, probably after the streams that I have scheduled in the next couple of days, we're probably gonna start a road to Street Fighter 6 Master, probably with either JP or with DJ. Now, either of these two characters, I'm pretty confident with them. I'm pretty sure that I understand most of their important tricks to use. Not the more advanced tricks. That's gonna take a bit of a while, but I think I can try to challenge myself and eventually and hopefully be able to reach Master rank in Street Fighter 6. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, shall we? Next up, we have, let's see, one more. I think we should do one more topic before we head off to the announcement. So for anyone who's going to miss the announcement, I'm going to post it eventually on Twitter as well. And I'm going to eventually post it on the YouTube community post. So, because I understand not everyone is free to watch streams whenever they want. They either are busy or have a lot of people, other people they're watching. I understand that. But I appreciate if you manage to check what I have in store, because I think it's going to be pretty fun. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic, which is, let me see, what do I have here in my list? Now, another potential series. Block Fall Friday. So, yesterday, let me make this a little bit smaller so we can fit inside the diamond. Hold on. Let's change this a bit. Oh, sorry. There we go. Potential series. Block Fall Friday. That's another series. So I thought, not this yesterday, but last Friday, I managed to play Tetris Effect Connected, right? this Friday, I managed to play Bejeweled 3. So I started thinking, what if I make Fridays the day where I just chill and play puzzle games, right? As there's a lot of puzzle games that I want to play again, probably not be good at them, but I still love them anyway. There are two genres that I am not very good at, but I love them either way. That's puzzle games and shmups. Yeah, you're gonna see the shmups hopefully one day if I find the right game to play, hopefully. But I've been thinking, like, there's a lot of puzzle games that I want to play. Now, you know, the classic puzzle type of games, like, you know, like Tetris, Puyo Puyo, Lumines, Peggle, all these kinds of games. So I've been thinking about that. I may want to ask people on Twitter about this, but I don't know. Maybe you can mention it in the comments of the VOD if you feel like you're interested in watching a dedicated stream day for puzzle games. Yeah, I think it would be pretty fun, and it'll give me that good old nostalgia in playing some of the older puzzle games like Bejeweled, like yesterday. I really had a fun time playing that again. Or tried new puzzle games like Lumines. I haven't played Lumines before, sadly. I know there's a remastered version that came out on Steam and on several consoles. I want to give that a shot. So yeah, just let me know in the VOD. If you want to comment, feel free to comment about anything. Or if you have any suggestions for any puzzle games or anything that requires or anything that involves block falls, because, you know, it's called Block Fall Friday. Yeah, I've been thinking of also buying Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, as I played the first one. I really enjoyed that a lot. And surprisingly, I did enjoy the story mode of this, despite it being a little bit silly. I mean, it's not out of the normal when it comes to Puyo Puyo itself. But yeah, just let me know if you enjoy watching puzzle games, or if you want to watch certain games like more fighting games, more visual novels, more Zatsudan streams. Just let me know in the comments, or let me know on Twitter or on the YouTube community post. Either way, I would appreciate all your suggestions and your contributions and your criticism as well. If there is any criticism, I would definitely appreciate it a lot. If you even took a little bit of time in order to say, hey, Sai, you need to fix this. Sai, you need to try to make the audio better. You need to have a better setup, and so on and so forth. I would honestly appreciate it. I will not get, mad or anything like that, because I'm just starting and I am still learning. Everybody. So yeah, any contributions and any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, I think now is a good time to finally talk about the announcement. Okie dokie. So let's go here, and the next subject is the announcement. Yes. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Sorry. Let's make this a bit bigger. Yes. There we go. We have the announcement. So what is the announcement about? So remember when I mentioned about these focused Zatsudans in my first stream that I wanted to do in order to understand things that I have little experience of, and things that I have experience with, and I want to share it with everybody. Now, We have a name for it. This is insight. So before we actually move on to the presentation, I want you guys to take a good look at this amazing logo. This amazing logo was made by the one, the only Alder Skyrays, and I commissioned her in order to create the logo. And I told her, do whatever you want with it. You have the creative know-how in order to make a pretty cool logo, and she delivered in spades. First off, look at the coloring. The coloring of the fonts is exactly the same as my outfit. And then look at here. Look at here. The magnifying glass, which focuses on a certain thing, which is basically you use the magnifying glasses in order to focus on things. And the way that the word "sigh" is written in there, and the G, look at the G here. It's the G, inside the G, it's my eye color in there. So I honestly feel she did an amazing job when it comes to the logo. But that's not the only thing she did. That's not the only thing she did. Let's move on to the next section, shall we? Here we go. And now we're here. Now it's time to introduce you. What is Insight? Insight is a chatting stream that focuses on one specific topic in media that either, one, I'm not too familiar with or not well experienced with, but I want to know more of. Two, I am familiar with, but I want to share it with you all. Three, both the viewers and myself are familiar with, and we share our experiences. See, it is a very interactive way in sharing the things that, we love, right? And sharing new experiences either to me or to you guys. As someone who is not from Earth, my curiosity on the things people enjoy is never ending. I hope with this potential series of streams, we all get to share our insights. Yeah, excuse the pun, but I tried to think a long time in order to find a good name for this series. And Insight was the first one that came in mind. I hope with this potential series of streams, we all get to share our insights on media that we love and perhaps get to enjoy certain unfamiliar media for the first time in the process. And of course, credits once again. An amazing logo and artwork is illustrated by Alter Skyrays. Thank you so much. So this logo and this chibi version of myself is what you are going to see in the thumbnails of the streams. So moving on, next one. What topics or media do you have in mind? Interesting question. But as a test run, the first stream, or the pilot stream rather, will focus on Vocaloids, as it is a subject that is widely known for years, but is something I would love to learn and listen to more of. If the idea works out well, here are the potential episodes that I have in mind, and not in particular order. We have here Granblue Fantasy, of course. I love Granblue. I mentioned that several times. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, the good, the bad, and the Secret Invasion. The Justice Gakuen series, which either Rival Schools and Project Justice, a small series of fighting games that focuses on schools fighting each other that was made by Capcom. One Piece, oh yeah, that's going to be a massive topic. Yeah, that's going to take hours in order to talk about. Hokuto no Ken, the Arc System Works fighting game specifically, aka one of the most broken fighting games in existence. Oh, it is seen to, you have to see it to believe it. all of Steven Spielberg's animated shows for Warner Brothers, Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, Freakazoid, and so on and so forth. Takenobu Mitsuyoshi, aka one of Sega's legendary composers. Oh, I love this man's music. This man is probably one of the treasures of video game composing. And if this series works out, I would love to talk to you guys on why this man is a treasure. As you can see, there is a variety of well-known and somewhat obscure picks, but it should be fun to talk about all kinds of topics. Yeah. So, yeah, that's basically the gist of this new series. Hopefully it'll work out. We're going to have a test trial or a pilot episode with Vocaloids. And let's go to the next slide. I'll try to post these next two slides within the middle of the week. And hopefully it'll be enough days so we can gather enough responses. And hopefully I'll be having the first stream probably next week at the same time as today, hopefully. So, do you love Vocaloid? Do you have a long time experience with listening to all kinds of Vocaloid music? Let me know. I want to learn more about your favorite songs and how you got to listen to them. Respond to this tweet. I'll post that tweet later. Number 1, your first time experiencing a Vocaloid song, your favorite Vocaloid song of all time, or your best recommendations. I'll collect the responses and show them on the first Insight stream. Okay, so things to keep in mind. Any type of Vocaloid is fine. Doesn't have to be the usual Krypton Future ones like Miku, the Len twins, the Kagamini twins. I shouldn't say the Len twins, it's the Kagamini twins. So, yeah, my bad. And company. It shouldn't be the Len twins. My bad. I'm gonna fix this one later. I'll fix this one later. So it's the Kagamini twins. So, like Gumi or Kaiyuki or any type of Vocaloid you enjoy. Covers of other non-Vocaloid songs done by Vocaloid is probably not what I'm looking for. So, something like a cover of Queen's Don't Stop Me Now by Miku is not what I'm looking for. My goal is to hear more original songs. Yeah. That's all. That is all. I appreciate all of your contributions. Yeah. So basically, after the end of the stream, I will post these 2 slides on Twitter so we can get and see some impressions and see how people will react to that, hopefully. And in the middle of the week, we are going to try to post these 2 slides on Twitter. And I would appreciate it, even if you are not that keen on Vocaloid, but you have an idea on Vocaloid that you can contribute. I will contribute my own once we get into the stream, hopefully next week. And here's one thing that I mentioned earlier when I was talking about Twitch, right? So there is one problem. If I get to play the songs on stream, I might get copyright struck. So we may have to just link the songs and then mention it on stream while we listen to it together separately. Yeah, because I don't know how the copyright system works, especially for someone who is, well, not working for a company or anything, but I'm a bit worried if I actually play a bit of a song on stream, especially if it's a popular Vocaloid song, I might get into trouble. I might get a copyright struck and then the channel goes kablooey. And all the streams that I have here, even though they aren't that much, would go away. And I don't want that. So we'll probably look for, maybe this might be a good compromise, but we'll see. We'll see. This might be a good compromise, but we'll see. Hopefully things will work out. Hopefully things will work out. So yeah, I guess let's remove this logo now. And yeah, the announcement is over. And let me change the topic title to, there you go. Thanks for watching. Yeah. It's a pretty short Zatsudan stream. Your hair is shiny. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's so kind of you. Anyway, thank you everyone for coming and watching. I really appreciate you all being here. And tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, I will be having a Long Live the Queen stream at 5 p.m. GMT. 5 p.m. GMT, it's going to be a visual novel and plus a life simulator. So I'm definitely interested in giving this one a shot, and I hope to see you guys there. Yeah. All right, that's all for me for now. I hope to see you guys in the Long Live the Queen stream tomorrow. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.